Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody is having an amazing week. It's only Tuesday. I feel like it should be, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday. But I'm so glad to see everybody's smiling faces. I hope everybody has a pen and paper and are ready to take some notes. I am also recording this so you can go back and take notes because I am telling y'all what Miss Brenda Bynum is about to share with us is absolute gold. So Brenda is a very dear friend of mine. We actually met in this industry over 7 years ago. We were sideline partners. We did our previous company together. Um, and we met at an event that I was holding in Memphis, and she lived about 45 minutes away, and she came up to it. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, like I love her. She's amazing. And if I could have a bunch of Brenda Bynums on my team, then I would be set for life. Y'all, she really, whenever I say to recruit up and to recruit people who are better leaders than you, that's what I did when I recruited her. She is absolutely incredible. She brings so much knowledge and just, I hate the word nuggets, but it's true, golden nuggets, because she's super, super smart, very business savvy, knows her stuff. She's been in this industry, y'all, for 10 years, okay? 10 years, and she has had amazing success. But the thing is that she has never let her prospect list run dry. A lot of times people come to me and they're like, oh my goodness, I reached out to 50 people and I only got a few people to join me and I give up. I can't do this anymore. I don't even know who else to reach out to. First of all, the majority of people, believe it or not, we know way more than 50 people. Even if it is people we haven't talked to in a long time. Social media, y'all, is just, it's amazing. It's golden. And we need to be able to utilize it better. And Brenda is going to share more tips and tricks with you or for you guys on that. And just be able to help you with always making sure that you have that list ever growing. When I started in this industry, I only had, I don't know, 700 friends on Facebook. And now I have close to 4,000, and it's because I've been constantly growing my network, and I know that Brenda has done the same thing. So I'm really excited for y'all to hear from her. She is a mama of two and also a foster mom. She is a homeschooling mama. They live in North Mississippi, and she is just the most down to earth, amazing woman, honestly, and very dear friend that you will ever meet. She really, truly is. She's always so encouraging, pouring into others. She pours into me on a daily basis. I love her. So I'm super excited for y'all to hear more from Miss Brenda Bynum.
Thank you, Katie. Every time Katie introduces me, I'm like, because it's just, she's so kind. But and I will tell you, Katie has been a big part of just pouring belief into me to where I am willing to share and wanting to share because she had to do that for me. She had to pour that belief into me, and we all need that. We all need somebody breathing belief in us, and I think that's just the beauty of this community as well. So I want to tell a little backstory, funny story before I start the slideshow, because I want people out there to know that you do not have to start this business with a big influence or a big crowd. So I started this industry 10 years ago. This was 2011, the end of 2011. And back then, you did not have a big presence of these type businesses on social media. And so it was kind of just new to everybody. But I believe social media opened the door for this kind of business to become more adaptable to everyday people like moms and things like this. The history of network marketing, you had there was like there's a lot of businesses, y'all would be surprised to know that they are network marketing, but you had your home parties, you had your direct sales, you had your Mary Kay, and you had your Tupperware and things like that. And that's what I knew of this business. And I didn't want any part of that, because I did do Mary Kay when I was like 19 or 20. I invested a ton of money, like thousands. It's embarrassing to say, but I drank the Kool-Aid now, and I believe it planted a seed. So I don't regret that. But I left there thinking, oh my gosh, I got in a bunch of debt and I have all this makeup now. What am I going to do with it? So it kind of made me kind of swear off selling anything. And so I was in the apartment industry. I did that for 10 years, managed properties. And then I had my first child, and I was like, I'm going to stay home. It was my dream to stay home with my kids. And I was really young and naive, and just, I don't know if I'd make that same decision these days, because I think the older you get, the scarier you get for big jumps like that. But you don't have to be, I guess. But anyways, at the time I was like, I'm just going to quit and God's going to take care of us. And he did. But at the time it was very, like, normal people would not do this. Like, I gave up, really over half of our income. My husband's a fireman in Memphis. And so it was a huge deal. And for a couple of years, we really did struggle financially. I tried to do different things, like a babysat. I did photography on the side. I tried to like sell things and do stuff like that, but everything was trading time for money. And not to say that was a bad thing, but I realized, okay, like in photography, it's a lot of hours that you invest, and then you have to invest a lot of money in equipment. And the more you get into it, the more, you want to spend. And it's just, it's nights and weekends, and there's a lot of pressure because it's people's weddings and things like that. So I found that, okay, this still doesn't really work with my life, because I had two little ones under the age, I didn't have one yet, but I did have two little ones, and it was, I still needed to find sitters and not really be at home with them. And so anyways, all that was a challenge. But my friend was posting about some products that were helping her feel amazing. And she was posting that she was making money. Guys, it wasn't the products. I mean, it was the products. Let me say that. How do I say that? It was the products, but in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my goodness, if I can lose weight and make some money, this is what I can do. This is what I can do. So when I started, I had like 200 Facebook friends. I had not talked to high school friends. I had kind of disassociated. I was had become a recluse because I was a stay-at-home mom. We had lived an hour away from where I grew up. And so I didn't see people, talk to people. I had, those relationships had gotten distant. And so I just did everything. And I was telling Katie in the group from Alabama, I was like, y'all, I tried everything. Like I went door to door to businesses. I made up flyers. I called all my friends and family. Like, I looked at it as like a real business, and how do you market a business? And I had been used to property management, and that's what we did. We went to local businesses and talked about our business, hey, we're right around the corner, and you built relationships that way. And really, old school network marketing was somewhat door to door. But thank God for social media. Thank God for social media, because you can build relationships with people all over the world. Y'all, there are 7 billion plus people on the planet. And I can guarantee you can find a handful of people to join you in this business. Like, you've got to stop the scarcity mindset and thinking there's not anybody wants your business or your products. There are people begging for your business and your products. It doesn't seem that way sometimes because we look at like our family and friends. But that's where this training is going to help you guys, because you really need to look beyond that. That's what gets you started. But going beyond that is how you're going to build longevity in a true, I would say, career in network marketing. But when I joined my first company, I didn't really, it was ignorance on fire. I was super excited. I really thought I had found gold, and I had, and I was so excited, guys. And I was so naive to think that like network marketing, I thought it was brand new. I thought no one had ever done this before. And like, we're all going to be millionaires in 6 months. I mean, I had the vision. Everybody's going to do this with me, and we're all going to be rich. We're all going to be skinny and rich. Like, who doesn't want that, And so I was just telling everybody, I think it was my enthusiasm, my excitement. But No one just joined me right off the bat. My husband, I had to have 3 people to hit the first rank. So I signed up my husband, and my 2 best friends came to my first event, and my sister. My 2 best friends signed up from high school. They signed up for 1 month. They did the products, and they never did anything ever again. Now, they bought from me a couple times through, I was 7 years with that last company, but guys, they never did the business. They didn't even sell the products. And I was like, wow, like dud, And so don't give up when your first people quit, because we talk about this a lot, your low hanging fruit. The people that love you will support you, but they're not necessarily going to build a business with you. And it's the connections I really made through other people that joined. Like, I would have people join me, and then they would have somebody join them. And it's like connections I made on down through those people through the years. So I'm going to share my screen. Katie, will it let me? Yeah, okay. And y'all have to forgive me, this is in a computer. I'm not even used to using a computer. I use my phone for everything. Can y'all see the screen? Okay. I don't even harm it. I've never really done this. I think I've done it once with a QIQ. So, okay. So we're going to talk about how to start building your network. So when you first get started in network marketing, and that's what we're doing, guys, network marketing. We're going to talk about that here in a second, but as soon as it starts. But anyways, when you first get started, you are going to, it is absolutely okay to reach out to your family and friends. You're starting something new. You need their support. They're going to be the first to support you, whether it's the product, some are going to want the business with you. Some you want to bless with the business. So you want to put them at the top of your organization. That's great. But it's not always your family and your friends that is going to keep you going in the long run. And I don't know if there's very many. If I freeze up, I'll be right back. It's just my internet. But anyway, there's not many top network marketers that their family or their friends make their team up. I mean, that's rare, very rare. I mean, I know $1 million earners, and very rarely is it, their whole family standing up there with them or their friends. It's usually people that they've met along the way and connected through that. So anyways, so what do I do to make that change? Okay. So when you get started, there are 2 types of people. There's going to be people that already have a network relationships built, and they can come in and they can have initial success. Okay. What initial success is made of does not necessarily define long-term success. Now, I've seen people that come in and have initial success, and that carries them through. They catch the vision, they get in, they start diving into personal growth. They're coachable. That made the difference. They're coachable. They cling on to a leader and to a mentor. They do exactly what they tell them to do, and they grow and they transform into that business leader, right? But then there's people who have initial success because they just have a gift of relationships. They've built relationships. They have people in their lives, and they come in and have initial success, but they really don't understand the business. They're not very coachable. They don't cling on to a mentor or leader. They just maybe don't have a leader or a mentor, and they don't learn network marketing. They don't learn how this business works, and they don't have a long-term business mindset. And so they fizzle out. And then you have people that join that don't necessarily have the influence, and they're like me, who had to build more over time, right? And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It took me, I think, 6 months to hit the first big rank, where I was bringing about $600 to $1,000 a month. And then it was 2 years I sat at that rank, and then it was in that, let's see, it was 2004, it was end of 2013. So it was two years into my journey, we hit momentum, we hit company momentum, which helped carry me. And I had never shut up about what I've been talking about. And it was brand spanking new to everybody. So when I started talking about it, no one knew what it was, but I kept talking about it. People would try it and quit, whatever. And like, people were trying it and stopping or whatever, but I never quit. I just kept going. I kept sharing. And then when that 2-year mark hit, and then everybody, it was like, I started to be a buzzword, and people started, hearing about it, and then they were like looking for it, like what, you know, that company that they've been hearing about, those products they've been hearing about, then I was who they came to, because I was consistent and I just stuck at it. So so after 2 years, in the 6-month period, I ranked up like 4 times, and I hit one of the top positions in our company. And so it does take time to build that. So don't quit either way, whether you've had initial success or whether you've had, you know, it's slow and steady for you. Don't quit, but it's very, very important that you're coachable. What are y'all doing? Kids are following me out into my area here. Go. So anyway, okay, we need to be quiet. All right. So the very first thing I think that's so crucial to longevity is you have to fall in love with network marketing. So it was a few months into my journey, someone gave me a CD. And this CD, you can find it on YouTube. It's free. It's Jim Rohn. Definitely write this down if you're taking notes. Jim Rohn, ROHN. And the audio is about an hour long, and it's called How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. I think this is like foundational. Everybody in network marketing should listen to this. If they have not, like you're missing out, okay? Because he just gives a great vision of what it is, and just a great way to go, how to look at it to help you keep going. And we're going to use one of his analogies he uses here in a minute. But that really opened my eyes to what I'm doing. Like, oh, there's people that like, this is an industry. This is, and there's other books about network marketing. And now, guys, there's a lot of books out there for network marketing that are amazing. If you want to, throw in the chat your favorite network marketing book specific to network marketing, not just personal growth, but a book that you read. One of my absolute favorites is GoPro. It's kind of well, I think he had written it just a couple of years before I got in, but I love it because it's very simple, you know, how to. But yeah, so throw in the chat your favorite network marketing book. I know Nicolette's got one that she recommends all the time. It's amazing. It totally changed her business, and I saw it in her after she read that book. She went from kind of like excited but not really knowing how to like she is so by the book now, and she just does things so by the system. It's amazing. It's Get Over Your Damn Self is the name of that book. But y'all throw some more in there. There's Beach Money. What was that? 4-Year Career was one of the first ones I read. Beach Money. So, anyways, they're all amazing. They're all good, and they were all, you know, and everybody has their different ones that are going to inspire them and get something out of. Okay, so in the book GoPro, Eric Worre talks about 7 skills of network marketing. There are only 7. So there's lots of things you can do out there to make money. You can be a blue collar worker. You can be white collar, corporate. You can let's see, what was on the other? Traditional business, which is brick and mortar, which you become a slave to. If anybody's ever on a brick and mortar, you know, you're there when the doors open, when they close, and if the hours are open, you're there, or you're thinking about it. And then there's sales, traditional sales, and then, which is very unpredictable, feast or famine. And then there's investing, and you got to have money to invest, right? Eventually, that's our end goal, right? Is to make our money, have our money make money, and that's what investing can do. But network marketing it's not perfect. It's just better. I mean, we can think of all the things we would love in a perfect job, right? No boss, no time schedule, being able to wear what we want to wear, be around the people we want to be around, unlimited income potential, wonderful, amazing trips, fun trips, events. Network marketing showers you with recognition and trips and gifts, and it's all about the pampering, because people don't get that in traditional jobs, right? We want everybody to win in this structure, right? I want you to win, you want me to win. Everybody wants to win, and we want to help each other win, because when you're winning, I'm winning, right? That's the way this structure is built. It's not competitive, like, oh, if you get this position, I can't. Well, if you go platinum, I can't go platinum. No, you can go platinum, we can all go platinum. So it's just it's just so much better. So you don't have to go to college. You don't have to invest tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in an education to get good at network marketing. You just have to get good at these skills. Now, my piano teacher told me years ago, I took piano like as a young adult, like in college, and it was just like a 2-year thing. So I'm not like this pianist or anything, but I love using this analogy because her husband was very musically talented. He could play by ear, all that stuff. She said, but mine is, I had a skill I had to develop. It wasn't a natural talent, but I have surpassed his talent because I was dedicated to practice. She could write her own music, and she was just very super talented now because she had improved upon a skill. So a lot of people that are born with talent, like those people we talked about that have initial success, they're kind of born with it, right? But yet sometimes they struggle because their talent has made them not disciplined. But you have to add that discipline, and you have to improve upon the skill. Now, you can have some talent and you can improve upon your skills, and you're unstoppable, right? But anybody can take these skills we're going to talk about here, and I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to go over the one that this whole training is about, and that's about finding people. So the first one's finding people, then inviting, learning how to invite people, learning how to present, which is how to tell your story, learning how the skill of following up, the skill of closing, getting people to say yes to your products or your opportunity. Number 6 is helping your new ambassadors get started. So how to launch somebody. And then the last one, which they say is the highest paid one, is promoting events. That's right, because you cannot change anyone. Get their vision.
Okay, y'all, just bear with us. When Brenda became a bronze ambassador, we used to give at our conventions, we would give fun awards to people who became bronze. And she got the Can You Hear Me Now award because, y'all, she lives out in the boonies and her Wi-Fi is terrible, but she will be back on very, very soon. I promise. And you know what? Like, I'm not even going to try to sit here and present on this because she kills it at this. So I know she'll be back on very quickly. Bear with us. And I will go ahead and say some stuff though. I have watched Brenda transform, specifically over the last few months. She is extremely present on. Okay, are you back? We can't hear you. Oh, you're muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So no slideshow. I'll just have to talk. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So we were talking about the 7 skills. Number 1 is finding people. 2 is inviting. 3 is presenting. 4 is following up. 5 is closing. 6 is helping your new ambassadors get started. And 7 is promoting events. And so I was just talking about how they say promoting events is like the highest paid skill that you can have, because you can't change people. You can only, you can't motivate the unmotivated. You can't make people do anything, but you can get them to events. You can encourage them, promote the events. And it's at events where people change. They get their aha moments. They have their breakthrough moments. They connect. They have, guys, if it were not for events, I would not be still doing this, because you're not in business by yourself. You're in business with all these wonderful, amazing people, and you grow and you learn. And that's where you have your breakthroughs. It is at events. And so just like this training call is an event, did you promote it? Do we promote it? We can promote the Q Science news. You can promote promote all those things to your team and get them to the personal growth book. Get them, constantly promoting where opportunities for them to grow. All right. Let's see if this will take me to the next slide just so I can, okay. Now let's talk about the number one skill, and that's finding people to share your products and your opportunity with. I think that's where the biggest place people get stuck. I know for me, I've had literally moments in my business, been doing this for 10 years, that I'm totally, my well is dry, and I'm like, who am I going to reach out to? I've already, talked to all these people. And it is simply getting in the rhythm of always growing your network, always building relationships and knowing people. And on social media, you can actually build a system and do this on a daily basis to where you're always growing your networks. You're always having new people to talk to. Now, it does take like 30 to 60 to 90 days to, I say with turnover, so a new relationship, or so you need to build rapport. You can't just message a stranger on social media and get them to order that day. That's not really how it works. You can't expect to wait till the end of the month and reach out to 100 strangers on online and get an order. That's your very slim chances there. But there is a way you can always be making new friends online to where you're always having people to talk to. And it goes back to that whole scarcity mindset versus the abundance mindset. There are millions of people online. Like, there's ways to meet people. And you don't have to leave your house, which is amazing. Here are some tips for, creating your business and building those relationships online. Number one, people have to know you're open for business. Do they know you have a business? Do they know you do what you do? Do you pique their interest at all that you do something? Are you showing up at events and documenting that? It didn't happen if you didn't put it on social media. But no, seriously, look at your social media as your storefront. And that's what people like when you are sending friend requests, you have to be able to, they go straight to your profile and check you out. And they're going, is this somebody I want to know? So are you open for business? Number two, you have to build credibility. Longevity builds credibility. You can't do this for 1, 2, 3, or even 6 months and quit. You have to establish yourself as a leader. And that starts small and grows, but you still have to be showing up and trying new things and doing new things, even taking messy action, because everyone starts that way, right? I mean, if a baseball player wants to become a pro baseball player, he starts in Little League, right? And he starts with just the little simple things, right? You have to build upon what you're taking the action. You have to increase your exposure. Increasing exposure, get creative. Like literally do a brain dump on how you can increase exposure. Maybe you're going to go inside some groups. Maybe you're going to create a group. Maybe you're going to go to the local networking event or the moms group or the, all your friends get-togethers, whatever. You're just going to constantly expose yourself to new people. You have to offer value. And that could be simple as like just sharing your kids or your dog or your family or what you did. Like people are entertained by that. And then also offering value. Maybe it's inspiration. Maybe it is teaching. And, maybe it's just something that you can hack or whatever, offer value. I think just investing in people, because it's like, if you want to take money out of the bank, you will have to first put money in the bank to take money out of the bank, right? If you're asking people to buy from you or you're asking something from people, you can't take until you have first given and put in, invest in, right? Okay, continue your transformation. There will be a transformation on your journey. People love the transformation story, the rags to riches, the before and after pictures. It could be you looking sad in one picture and you looking happy in the next. It doesn't have to be weight loss. It didn't have to be a specific thing. It's the transformation. It's you going from maybe a shy, timid person to a bold business leader and you're speaking in front of crowds or something. I mean, you don't have to go that big yet. Okay. I'm just saying small steps lead to those big transformations. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago, and that's okay. Like, you are going to change. I think people are afraid of change, and they're afraid of people thinking they've changed. Like, oh my goodness, she's changed. Well, yeah, I have changed. I've grown, I've developed. I'm not the same person I was, and that's a good thing. And then always building belief. You need to always be investing in your personal growth, and you have to have belief in three things: the products, the company, and in yourself. And probably most of us lack that belief in ourselves, and that is going to come through confidence. Comes through experience, right? Think about anything you've done in the past. You're really scared at first, you're not very good at it, and then you do it so much that you're now confident in doing it, right? And that is the same thing with this business. Those skills we talked about earlier, the more you actually get into action and experience it, your brain has a experience, it will build that belief. All right. Hunting versus farming. So you are not a hunter. You're not looking for people to shoot your opportunity at, right? You are a farmer. You're planting seeds. You're nurturing those seeds, those relationships, right? And you're waiting for the harvest, and you are harvesting what you planted 2 and 3 months ago, right? But you're always in planting mode. And you're always in harvesting mode, right? If you're always in planting mode, you're always going to be in harvesting mode, right? Okay, the parable of the sower. I'm going to go do this really quickly because I know we're running out of time. We got, I think, Nicole, and we got another call at 8. So,
Brenda.
Yeah.
The other call doesn't start until 8:30.
Oh, okay.
This is the thing. I don't want you to rush because this is so good, y'all, that
Okay.
I feel like everybody needs to hear this, even if it's going to be a little longer.
Okay. If you need to hop off, please hop off. How about that? Okay. So, the parable of the sower. Jim Rohn talks about this when in his in that audio. Like I said, it's free on YouTube, but it's called "How to Build Your Network Marketing Business." And he's old school. He's no longer even living. But he talks. Do y'all know the story of the sower, the parable of the sower from the Bible? Jesus talks about it, and he's talking about, the kingdom and sharing the good news of the kingdom, right? And he talks about the seed and there's a very ambitious sower sowing the seed. Okay. And we're going to apply the parable to your business. So you're the ambitious sower. You have seed, you have good news to share. You have an amazing opportunity. You have amazing products. You have some good seeds, some good news to share. Okay. So you're going to be planting this seed. And the story goes like this. So the first seed, it says he throws it out and the birds come and eat the seed up. So it doesn't even it just eats it up. So picture your prospect, someone that you've talked to, and like you throw them the good news, and they're like, they're like, okay. But then they go to their spouse, their mother, their best friend, or whatever, somebody they don't even, have a lot of respect for, even, somebody they work with, and they go, oh, I know one of those things. That's a pyramid scheme. Or I did that one time and I blew a lot of money. Or that stuff doesn't work. Or that's a scam, right? And the birds have eaten the seed. They just, and your prospect doesn't even show up to their call. Or you thought they were going to come to the call that night and they don't show up, right? The birds got the seed. Don't worry about how and why, and get off the emotional roller coaster about it. It's just the birds. The birds are going to get some of your seed. Just give it up. There's no top leader in this industry that did not have birds take their seed. Okay, so just stop trying to figure it out. The next seed falls on thorny ground, and the thorns and the weeds choke the seed out. So it sprouts up, but then the weeds choke it out, so it doesn't produce any fruit, right? And these are the people that possibly say yes, they join you in this business, and they're taking root, and they're like getting into it, and they're making a little money, and then the cares of life get them distracted. something major happens, and that's happened to me. I mean, there's been times and distractions, and my focus have gotten off my business, but there's gonna be times in your business where the distractions are going to take people out of the game. Okay. That's them. That's their life. That's going to happen, right? Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to fix it. Just know that happens. Now, you can get better, and you can get better at, like, really losing people sometimes can get you better next time, to better prepare to help keep that person, or to get them engaged from the beginning, and learn those steps, like we talked about before, those skills in getting people connected, getting them engaged, promoting the events, so that the cares of the world don't choke them out. And got a broom coming at me. So that the distractions don't take them out of the game, right? The next seed falls on ground and it takes root, but then the heat of the sun, it dries and withers away. The sun scorches it. And this is the people that join you, and they're really excited, but they can't take the heat. I mean, they get rejected. Someone tells them no. Their mom is totally against what they're doing. Their best friend joins them and then quits and gets a refund. They just can't take the social pressure, I guess, of an entrepreneur, right? Or of sales, really, too. All right, and then the final, it gets better, guys. Like, that's, like, everybody, has to go through those three, but then you're going to have some seed that falls on good ground, and it's going to multiply, and it's going to produce 30 to 60 to 100 fold. And if you think about, like, I think about my journey, and that's so true. Like, a team of hundreds, you might have just a handful that are producing a big fruit, and you don't need 15 strong, crazy leaders. You just need a handful of leaders to build an amazing team, right? And a residual income for your family. But you have to keep sowing the seed. And there's not one top leader that didn't have the birds get their seed, the weeds choke out their seed, and the sun scorch their seed. That's going to happen. And the sooner you learn that, and the sooner you get peace about that and move on and learn to move on from that, the better off you are. Okay. Anybody got any questions? I just got one more slide. Now we're going to get down to the practical ideas of how you can build your network. Like, these are the to-do, right? So friend request daily. Now, I was going through my suggested friends list, but I heard this from a top leader that they find people in a specific area. So they'll go on Facebook and they'll search, like, small town Texas, they'll maybe a child care center in Texas, and find this little town. And then they'll find these people in this town, and it's more targeted, and they build that way. And they're like, we're expanding I'm expanding my business in this area. I mean, they build the relationship, but she doesn't just go off her suggested friends list. And I thought that was great, because a lot of times in our suggested friends list, where it's going to be Q people, which is great. You want to connect with other Q people. That's amazing. You want to have that strength and that encouragement. That's good. But you also want prospects. You can only have 5,000 on your friends list, right? And look, guys, if you're starting out, like, you need to look at your friends list on Facebook and let that be your guide into, okay, do I need to increase this? And then use your daily birthdays. That's another suggestion, is to wish everybody happy birthday. Private message them, hey, what's your plans? You build that relationship through their birthday. Don't pitch them on your birthday. Don't ever pitch anybody, really. You just invite. You're going to invite them to take a look. When you do decide to reach out to them specifically about the products or the business, you're going to invite them, and you're going to ask them if it would be okay if you sent them some information or added them to a group or whatever. But anyways, I'm derailing here. When you send your friend request, you can also do this inside groups. Now, you can't join a group, friend all the people. You can't be spammy. And I know that sounds like, you just have to be intentional. not spammy. You're intentionally looking for people. You are the CEO of your business. You need to have in your mind, Katie says this all the time, pick out the five qualities you're looking for in a person. You've got a position to fill on your team, and you are the recruiter. Okay. Melissa Ford does this for a living. She's a recruiter for nurses, and she has to call strangers and talk to strangers and try to fill positions. You're the same, like, get that mindset. Put on your mindset like you put on your pants. Like when you become the recruiter in that moment when you're reaching out to people. You're looking for people. Get out of this funk that you're being spammy or annoying or well, that's a mindset issue. You have an amazing opportunity. Picture in your mind that person on their knees begging and crying to God because they need an opportunity. Think of the Carolines in your life. Think of the Katies, the Brendas, that people, the yous that are, this opportunity is exactly what they're looking for. Okay. And so you've got to come with that enthusiasm and that confidence. And you're not going to do that. Like, it doesn't come natural. Not to me, not to anybody else. I practice. I voice message myself. I get my little script out, and I have to be alone so that I sound stupid to other people. And so that's going to affect my confidence, So I sit there and I'll say, hey, so-and-so, random question for you. I was checking out your profile, or I'll say something. I may know them better than that, but anyways, I'll say, you're super positive, a woman of faith, just the type of person I like to work with. So I wanted to reach out to see if you would be open to checking out an income opportunity. It may or may not be for you, but I'd love to just get your eyes on it so that you can see if it's a good fit. We're having a call tonight, an informational call. It's just going to be 20 minutes or less. If you can hop on, let me know. There's verbiage. We'll help y'all with verbiage. But what I'm saying is that did not come natural. I didn't just come off the top of my head. I wrote that out. I said it to myself. I sent a voice message to myself until I sounded confident and enthusiastic. Then I forwarded it from myself to them. Okay. So the next tip is the money is in the messenger. So I like to use that, like little one-liners there. Money is in the messenger. If you're not having conversations every day, and hey, I know that's your money maker. That's what you need. That's your income producing activity is messenger. If you're being on all the calls and you're doing all the things, but if you're not a messenger, your well's going to run dry. And it happened. I speak from experience. I'm not an expert, guys. I love to learn. I love to teach, and I love this business, and I love what this business is amazing. I would not do anything else. So, you don't have to become an expert. What I'm saying is these are the things that I know move the needle forward. Okay. Groups, going into groups, building your relationships inside groups. You can even create your own group. Renee has a healthy food cooking group. She does keto. She's amazing. If you have not joined her group, join her group. But she has always done this. She cooks, and we had an event one time where she made chaffles or something. What were they called? Anyways, they were like keto waffles. So anyway, it doesn't matter. But she has something she can offer value to people, make connections, and build relationships. And then she can make those connections and then, offer the products or the opportunity as well. Okay. And then in-person connections. You're going to build your business online, right? But you can never replace in-person connections. Going and doing the things, right? And I know last year we were restricted about all that, but things are opening back up. We're able to reconnect. We're having convention this year. Woohoo! And I think we're all like super hungry to be at convention because like we're ready for that. And other people are ready for that. If you have not had an in-home event and you're open to that, do that. That's absolutely amazing. When we first started this, guys, we would have hemp tastings. I mean, we had several events our first year. and they would grow. Like we'd have just a couple people, and then more people would come, and you could have samples of the twist drinks. You make it fun. If it's a thing in your house, you can have wine, you can have just drinks and snacks or whatever. Make it fun, make it a fun connection, and you would be surprised how many people get into network marketing just simply for the community. And we have the best community there is. So if you want to grow, if you want to learn, and if you want to be inspired and surrounded by amazing people that are just dream chasers, you need to get network marketing, and you need to get on this team, right? Be proud of your team, be proud of your culture, edify your team, edify your culture. When I say edify, build up, don't talk about yourself, talk about your leaders, talk about your mentors, talk about your company, talk about the products too, but you don't want to always be talking about products, but talk about our system here. Talk about the things that's going to make the difference when they come here. What made the difference for you? So, okay, Kate.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Is that incredible? I mean, this is the second time I've heard this, and I heard even more stuff I have 2 pages of notes. And I learned even more stuff than I did the second time. And I'm probably going to watch this again to hear it again and let it soak in. Brenda's incredible. Do y'all see what I'm talking about when I said at the very beginning, like she just brings so much inspiration and amazing knowledge, and that's why she has had success. And that's why she's respected in this industry as well. She didn't quit when times got tough. She didn't say, oh, I can't do this, or people are telling me no, or anything like that. She just went to find a better way. She started working smarter and not harder. And exactly what she's saying about events. Y'all, events are so incredibly important. I can't even tell you. I'll be honest, like this past year with COVID, it's hurt, in my opinion, the network marketing business. Now, it's been huge, but at the same time, y'all, network marketing is not meant to be done over Zooms and behind a computer and typing out. It is meant to be able to utilize your network and who you know and who they know and who do you know that I need to get to know, kind of a thing, right? And getting face to face. Prior to COVID, we were doing events at least once a month, if not twice a month in Memphis. We were doing home events, exactly what Brenda was just talking about, having small, simple, little intimate parties, inviting your friends. If you drink, then having wine and appetizers. If not, then having appetizers, and just making it more of a fun girls' night. But I am telling y'all right now that people are just yearning and longing for that community and that connection. And if Q Sciences is going to give them that community and that connection, y'all, it's like that heart-brain connection kind of a thing. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, I want to do this. I've been cooped up in the house for a year, and these people are getting together, and they have this amazing culture and community, and I want to do this too, right? And they're going to bring on other people as well. So I challenge y'all to start doing in-home events just for your closest friends. Or if you have ambassadors already on your team, have everybody bring one person to the event. And y'all, even if one person shows up or 2 people show up, if you have it again in another 2 weeks, and let's say those 2 people join you, then the next time, 6 people are going to show up. And then the next time, 12 people are going to show up, and it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm telling you, those small, intimate events, and I do feel like if you have them in restaurants and like off of, back rooms in a restaurant or a gathering hall or whatever, that's great. But the more intimate setting of being in a home is even better. On May 22nd, mark y'all's calendars. We are having a very large training event here in Memphis. It's going to be an all-day event it's more than likely going to start around 9 in the morning and go until about 4 in the afternoon. having great information, just like what Brenda shared, but going in deeper, going in further, being able to, sorry, my kids are screaming, being able to just have that community. If anybody was at the Hall of Fame in in Tuscumbia, Alabama, about a month ago, when Brenda and myself and Beverly and Katie Steinberger, a few of us, Megan, all drove down there together. Y'all, it was amazing. There were about 27 to 30 people there, and they just all could feel the sense of community and the excitement. And now they're on fire and their teams are on fire. And so I really encourage y'all to mark your calendars. Like I said, we're also that night going to go out to dinner, have some fun. There might even be a very large special guest who is going to fly in. I will know more about that in the next probably week or so. But I'm excited for all of y'all just to meet one another. I know a lot of our Missouri team is going to come down, our Alabama team is going to come up. So come, learn, have fun, get a good feeling of what events are like and what you're going to be able to experience in September at Dallas. But thank you all so much for joining. Sorry it went a little over, but I just felt like this was all super important information for y'all to hear and learn. Brenda, thank you again so much for pouring into us. You were amazing as always, and I hope everybody has a great Tuesday night. And also, 8:30, we have Kendall and Ashley Ritter are going to be presenting our QIQ. If you have any prospects that are interested, or if you just want to get on and learn yourself, because I am going to tell you, everybody is going to start presenting, or we're going to start training people on presenting, because we want to be able to build everybody up as leaders. So thank you all. Have a great evening, and I will just let y'all reach out and let me know how I can help.